Good morning, it's Barbara. I'm going out.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I am feeling all the feels this morning. I'm like Aura, I have a tissue in my pocket because who knows what's going to happen. Told my brothers we have to stop meeting like this. The last 3 times I've seen them, it's been for my father's funeral, my sister's deathbed, and my mother's burial. Oh yeah, one more. The memorial. It's going to be very nice, but it'll be much more traditional than my dad's turned out to be. My dad's was great, though. All the people talking about him and telling stories, and he was such a storyteller that it was so perfect. Mom is going to be a little more traditional, as you know. They were members of the Universalist Unitarian Fellowship. I'm not sure exactly what they're called in State College before they moved to Harmony. And so I think we contacted them. My sister-in-law contacted them when my dad died, but the person she contacted was on vacation and whatever. But anyway, now the Unitarians are like, absolutely, we will do this. They were members. This is what we do. And we'll have cookies and a little gathering afterwards at the church, and it'll be nice, and there won't be a lot of hellfire and damnation like the preacher did with my dad. And they'll have conversations, and these are people who know her, although the minister, I think the minister is new, but it'll be a more traditional funeral. In a way, I regret that because Daddy's turned out so wonderful. But we'll do some readings. I'll talk to the grandchildren and see if they want to do readings, and have a few people speak from different stages of her life, and it'll be nice. Yeah. So anyway, we buried my mom yesterday. She fit a lot better than my dad. My dad had gained so much weight, he had so many ashes that he almost didn't fit in the size of their thing. Funny things you can laugh about, Anyway. So I got the death certificates. I went to the bank. Dennis scanned the death certificate so I can send it to the lawyer, except that where he put it on our system, where in my drives, but he's had a lot of trouble with the computers in the last month or two, and he's been doing a lot of stuff, and somehow my laptop did not get pointed to the right place, so none of my devices can go to where he put the scan. I'm just waiting for him to get up and come down, and he will fix it. And then I'll be able to send it off to Peter, the lawyer, and we will get things started. Brought home some mail, went to the bank. And I'm starting to feel ready to actually sort through the paperwork and just get things organized a little bit and move on from there. I've heard a little bit of news from Christy's in-law family who are organizing her estate and her stuff. She had, this is my sister Christy I'm talking about, she had a huge collection of women's literature, books by women and about women. She had been collecting for decades these books, and it's quite a big collection. I mean, she had 30 feet of walls, built-in bookshelves built into the hallway of her condo because she had so many books. And anyway, so her stepson has been in touch with like the University of Idaho's Women's Center or something. Anyway, they want the collection, and so he's been. Oh, we keep getting these helicopters going over us. I wonder why. Arrgh, they're so noisy. Anyway, so he has been going through everything and documenting every book, if it's a first edition, if it's signed, if it's got an inscription, the condition, and all the details. Putting in on a spreadsheet for this. I think it's a women's center, but I'm not sure. It's associated with the University of Idaho in Moscow, Idaho. So that's great. That's great. She really treasured that. So that's all I've heard on that front. I think the memorial for her is probably not going to be until the spring. Her ashes and her husband's ashes are going to be thrown into the wind together. So I'm feeling all the feels today, kids, which is a good thing. It's a good thing to do the feeling because, I have friends and family who are going through health things that are just scary. Sending all my healing thoughts, my family going through what I'm going through, we're all going through it. Just seems like a lot. And then there's the world. Then there's the world. I am so ready for this year to be over. I cannot tell you. Cannot tell you. But meanwhile, today I might just sit at the table and see what I see. I am gonna, after Dennis gets me organized, I'm gonna send off the death certificate and find out from Peter what's next. I have to probate that will before I can really do anything. There are a few things I really need to do, but I can't do it until I'm like official. Probating the will makes me official so that I have, power of the executor. Because my power of attorney ended when Mama died. So the things I was going to do and should have done and didn't do because I didn't realize I didn't have much time. I have to wait until I'm official. So that's the first step to get me official. And then we go from there. I've gotten some of the sisterhood books from the library. I got to the point where some of these were now in my library. And but I'm kind of running out of steam on those, I have to say. Except for the one book, which I didn't really like much. I like the problems, but I'm not a big fan of the solutions, so my interest is starting to wane. Keeping in mind I'm in like book 16. I'm shocked I went that far, to be honest. That's, it's very typical of me to poop out after 3 or 4, so. Yeah. Yeah. I did knit with Christy on Sunday night. Talked to her for a little while, did a little knitting. Didn't do any yesterday. Well, we were driving, we left here at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we got home about 4:45, so we had dinner here. Kim stayed with her mom, and that was very nice of her. So our Zoom call is on Saturday. My birthday shopping spree with the granddaughters is on Sunday. We need to do a little research. I need to remind them they need to do some research about the King of Prussia Mall, see where they want to go. And Tuesday, the cleaners come on Monday and Vicky comes on Tuesday. So she comes in a week. She'll be here for a week. Then a couple days by ourselves, and then Christy comes on Friday, and then we have my mom's memorial on Sunday, the 29th. So that's my 2 weeks coming up. 2.5 weeks. 3 weeks. Almost 3 weeks. So that's what's going on. Just feeling the feels, doing my best, you know, letting myself feel my feels. You know, it's reasonable and appropriate. So I'm letting, you know, trying to give myself some grace. I might not do hardly anything. Maybe I'll sit in it, watch the Namibian waterhole. Watch the elephants and the giraffes and the rhinoceros and the hyenas. Some of those elephants are tiny. Some of these elephants were just born. They're so tiny for elephants. Anyway, haven't seen a hummingbird in quite a while, but I haven't been out here very much. Now, I wanted something cozy. I'm wearing my, I don't remember the name of the sweater pattern, but this is the gorgeous yarn from Arctic Craft Knits, Benta in Norway. I love the colors. This is Skreik, which is the Scream, Edvard Munch Scream. And so I put it on to be cozy and to cheer myself up, which is doing. But I think it's going to be warmer today than I thought, so I probably won't wear it all day. And there's no breeze out here at the moment, so I'm not feeling too warm, but I'm warm enough. And unless the breeze picks up, I'm probably going to have to change. But you can see why I put it on. I don't remember the name of this pattern. I think Valerie gave me this pattern or recommended it. And I still have my Montrealer. I'm going to finish my cowl. That cowl is going to turn into a 1 skein cowl instead of a 2, because I bought 2 skeins because the yarn was so wonderful. And I didn't know what I was going to make. I thought I was going to make a rectangular shawl, but I have one that I hardly ever use. I only use it because I take it on trips, because you can do all kinds of things with it. But of course the one I have is beige, but it's cashmere. Yeah. So anyway, I decided I didn't need another rectangular shawl. And I'm very happy with how the cowl is looking, and it'll go beautifully with this sweater. Not that I really need a cowl with this sweater because it comes up nicely on my neck. But you know, you can always use a little extra in the middle of the winter. So I'm going to finish that. I have about that much left in my ball of yarn. It's going to be a one ball cowl, and I'm just doing a texture. Easy peasy texture, don't have to think. Thinking, not happening. And then I'm gonna dig up my Montrealer and do the last 4 rows or whatever it is I have to do, and then I'm going to split for the sleeves, and then it's just knit, 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 knit. And then, because I really am gonna want to have the Montrealer this winter with a hood and a kangaroo pouch. It'll be my sweatshirt. Of course, I have my Korean. It's not a hood though. Korean doesn't have a hood. It just has a turtleneck. I could wear them both. And I'm cold. So anyway, oh, excuse me. I'm gonna go. Just let the day happen, whatever's gonna happen. And if I can remember what I do, I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. Half the time I forget what I did. I made popovers last night for dinner. I made them for me. We had enough popovers, but I ate them, and then I decided I wanted more, so I made more. We ate Sloppy Joe. Dennis made Sloppy Joe on Sunday night, so we had enough. We thought we were going to be later and Kim would be feeding her mom, but we got there in time to feed her, and Kim went home, so she didn't have any. I think we're having taco salad again tonight because we have some of that left over and needs to be ate up. So nobody has to work too hard today. That's the plan. Although Dennis is looking at the yard saying he's going to have to mow soon. And when he mows, I'm going to have to weed whack, which is fair. Which is fair. But I did avoid it all last week. Did you notice that? I didn't say a word. Didn't say a word. Didn't remind him. Although I need the exercise. Oh, well. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. You'll see me tomorrow, and I'll see you on Saturday. Mark your calendar for the Zoom call. There's a link to the Zoom call in the Flame and Fiber podcast Ravelry group. There's a sticky thread Saturday Zoom, and you can find it there. I have to go in and change the date because it's the 14th. And Valerie has a link there. But if you've been before, it's the same Zoom link. She hasn't changed it. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Sending all the healing thoughts. All the healing thoughts. Stay safe and stay safe.